Ah, look at Pushkar. He came after, he joined us after 6 months. Do you know why? I can talk about him. He is like my son. Why he came after 6 months?
Due to marriage?
Yes, due to marriage. He recently got married.
Namaste.
Namaste. Namaste. His father is one of the best cop in Delhi, and he's a good friend of mine, so I can talk about him. So, who cares meditation, if you are newly married? Very good. Name bandhosti moksho va bhranti shanta nirashraya aho mai sthitam vishwam vastuto namai sthitam. If I translate that, what a beautiful. He says, I have no boundaries. No, it's experience. It is an experience of a seeker once he returns from meditation. So he says, I have no boundaries. So why should I go for liberation when there is no boundaries? So there is no delusion. I am the most calmer state. I does not need any support. What a beauty of this verse. Just I'm repeating it again. Says that I have neither bondage, so I don't have a bondage, so I don't work for freedom. Why should I work for freedom? So can you imagine the state of mind once you reach to the highest state of meditation? Oh, where is the bondage? I don't see. Where are the limitations? Where are the fear? Where is the insecurities? There is none. So why should I go for liberation? Why should I go for awakening? I'm already in the state of meditation from moment to moment. The next line is very amazing. He says, oh, the world stays in me only. What it means? World stays in me. Huh? Just now Terry was saying, not Terry was saying, but perception of her assistant that she is in anxiety. So where the anxiety is staying? In me. The world of anxiety, the fear, and the insecurities are staying me in me. Can I get rid of this world? It does not exist in me at all. I feel it is existing in me. And when I just now, I told Terry to smile and she started smiling. Can you have anxiety and smile together? Ask yourself. Look at this. What we get. This is the real experience in meditation. Oh, I have a pain. Thank you. Don't you remember, Ashok? Our master used to say, I have made this pain in the body my dear friend. Pain reminds me that I am not the body. I am not the mind. Pain and pleasure, these are part of this body based on the sensation. You have a sensation of food you enjoy, you don't have it, you crave. The craving, the sensation is present in the mind. That is how we create our world. Get rid of this world created by the mind. It does not exist at all. You have eaten pasta yesterday, it was very tasty. It is staying in my mind as a memory. Do you see? It is staying in my mind as a memory. That is how I work, I live my life days after days, weeks after weeks, months after months. So he says, Name bandhosti moksho va bhranti shantu nirashrayah. That peace has become, I see peace as my essential nature. Then what happens to me? Why I have anxiety, fear, duality, conflict? Because I have an error of perception in the mind. Because I have created a wrong notion. That my mind superimposes anxiety on me. That is why I am anxious. It superimposes fear on me. That is why I have fear. It superimposes insecurity on me. That is why I have security, insecurity, and that is how I suffer. Seeker who has reached to the highest meditation, he is narrating his experience. This is, do you see? That is how we have to continue the journey until, oh, yes, I see myself, a sense of freedom. These experiences should enter into our mind. I will pick up one of the most beautiful teachings, and you can say the poetry of Rumi of India. I say Rumi of India is Kabir. So that fits here. First he says that Dheere dheere re mana dheere sab kuch hoye. Everything falls into right place by a slow and a steady race. What it means, the knowledge will be settled slowly, steadily. If you think that the knowledge can be realized just now, it will not happen. So he gives a simile that the way the gardener plowed the field, sowed the seed, and when the season comes, then he picks up the fruits of any tree. Can I have that patience? In the background, I have a patience. I live into that state of the calmness. It will happen to me because peace is my essential nature. Happiness is my essential nature. What happens to this mind? How the mind creates the world and takes us into delusion, wrong perception. So the Kabir says, Man Maya ek hai, Maya man hi samay. So let me translate first. Man Maya ek hai. Mind and the delusion are essentially one. It has risen from the mind, it will merge into the mind. Are you getting it? It is rising from the mind, it is merging in the mind. When it will merge? When I remove the wrong perception. It will rise again. How? Because I create a wrong perception. Normally people say, what will happen to me? Nothing will happen to you. And whatever has to happen will definitely happen to you. Why to worry? Yeah, you see that? Do you see that? I regret over the past. I compare in the present. I worry about the future that is not present at all. Who does this? Mind. See what happens in delusion. Man Maya ek hai, Maya man hi samay. So this Rumi of India, Kabir, says, Man Maya ek hai. Mind and the delusion are essentially one. Take one example. Our masters teach us happiness is our essential nature, but mind says you are in anxiety. So when we say that I am in anxiety, the statement is not true. I have become anxiety because mind and delusion are one. They are not separate. Don't give a fuel to it. He says, my essential nature. Man maya ek hai, maya man hi samay. तीन लोक संशय पड़ा काहे कहूं समझाए. So Kabir, the great master, says, how should I make people understand? How should I make people understand that they have a doubt in their mind that they are suffering? Actually, the suffering is not there. It is only caused by the wrong perception in the mind. Are you getting it? It is caused by the wrong perception in the mind. Whose mind? Whose mind? My mind. How I think? I have a lot of stress. I carry the burden of the stress of the entire world on my shoulders. What a great ego you have. You should have ego for something that is good. Do you see? That is how you should have ego for something that is really good. I am peace. I am happiness. I am fearless. I will find a solution. Problem is there. If there is no problem, there is no life. See that? So now he gives a beautiful simile that what happens in delusion, मन जानत सब बात जानत ही अवगुण करे कर दिया कुंभई पड़े. Literal translation first and then we understand. Man janat, mind knows everything. Was there a stress yesterday? No. Today, yes. Tomorrow it will go away. Tell me any experience that continued since your birth. Someone died in our family. We had a grief. Are you still grieving? You had anxiety yesterday. Do you have now? So, Master is saying, Man janat sab baat. Mind knows everything. And still it commits mistake because of wrong perception. You don't love me, that's why I will divorce you. After 27 years of loveless life. You know what I'm pointing to. He is a genius. Man janat sab baat janat hi avgun kare. Mind commits mistake means mind enters into anxiety, duality, stress, and suffering even after knowing it. I ignore it. What I ignore? I am so intelligent that I have realized I lived my loveless life after 27 years. I know it. It's a good example, you know. I have due respect and I love him. I'm not talking against him. Man janat sab baat janat hi avgun kare. So how I commit mistake? Now understand the simile. What he says, in early days we used to extract the water from the well. You know the well, deep inside, circular. So you used to extract the well. So what he says, that I have a lamp in my hand, I fell down into the well. I had a lamp, I had a light, I had an understanding, and still I fell down into the well. That well is nothing but the ignorance. Man janat mind knows everything. Still it commits mistake. What is that mistake? I fell into ignorance. Ignorance is the cause of the suffering. Ignorance is the cause of suffering. Ignorance means not knowing my real nature, not sticking to my real nature. Now see what, again, go back to the verse again. He says, Name bandhosti. Now I have an experience that there is no bondage. There is no suffering. There is no ignorance. So why should I practice meditation? I'm already there. This is what he is saying. So because I am not in bondage, I am not in ignorance, so why should I seek for liberation? There is no delusion. I see that I am totally settled in peace. I am the peace. And then he reflects on, oh, I had the anxiety yesterday. Oh, that is a part of the world in the mind. Mind has committed error in perception. And the moment I remove that error, I am in meditation, I am in peace, I am in love. Aho mai sthitam vishwam vastuto namai sthitam. We all think we are in bondage. So the main thing, I should become aware, remove the wrong notion and the ignorance. You see, I remember one of the most beautiful understanding the modern human mind has. We instantly believe what is negative in our life. Oh, I continued to have a headache for the 7 or 8 days. And your dear friend comes, no, you should have MRI scanning. So your mind goes to the memory lane. MRI, maybe some malignant cells are there. Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? For example, another example, you appreciate me, in to your friend, oh, this beer guy is very good. Why don't you join? He has taken care of me. He is really very good. And your friend has a doubt. What my friend has to do with this beer guy? I instantly create a doubt what is good in life. Just think of it. Nature of mind. That is the basic nature of the mind. And if you tell your friend this beer guy is crazy, I know a lot about him. Oh yes, that is the name. That is the word is. That is the word is. We instantly believe what is wrong, negative, not only to ourselves, but to others also. And we hardly believe what is good, what is better, what is best in the world. Oh, last week, I normally respond 20 to 40 emails every day. So there was a wonderful incident that took place. Wonderful, I will tell you, I'm using the wonderful word, about this beautiful student, a great seeker. The person has been with me for the last almost 2 years now. Learning, and she is evolving, she is progressing. But even you have progressed to a point. The other day we were talking about being a seeker. You become the highest seeker, but because of the past impression, any single impression triggers you, you will fall down. But the way the child falls, he stands up again without any blame and complaint. That is the journey of a seeker. So this person sent an email. So the privacy is maintained. I'm not even revealing the gender, so that you will believe me that if you talk to me personally, I will not reveal your problem. So the person says going for a walk every day in the morning. You see the delusion part. Every day in the morning for about an hour. And the person found many people are also doing a morning walk. But one person was doing a walk with a beautiful, small, pretty dog. And they both follow the same track every day. It was not a big deal. The way she explained, when you are a seeker, then you explain like this. Then the person said, I come back home and I started thinking that I'm already going for a walk. I should also have a pretty, beautiful dog. From likes and dislikes. Now see, the attachment has done by repeating, by seeing the same event. So person has a desire, or he has a desire that he should, or person should have a pretty dog. So person is single. Person has a lot of time, browsing the internet, found a website, only paid $2,500. After 3 days, person found it was a scam. It was a scam. But a seeker, the person is a seeker. Person dared to write to me. And in the next line, person wrote to me, this is a perfect example of a delusion. I am responsible to allow the person to scam me. I fell down from becoming a seeker, but now I will take care in the future. Exactly the email. So as a teacher, I should be delighted. I should be happy. We should learn from mistakes. Mistake means error in perception. These error in perception come to us every day, every moment. So when we live about the delusion all the time, from moment to moment, you are already into a state of meditation. You are already in the state of meditation. That is the nature of